Hopefully I've gone live in the places that I was thinking I'm going in live in. I hate technology. Why can't it just be easy? Why can't it just stay as it is instead of keep changing? I don't know if anybody is there yet. So I'll just talk about the new annual catalogue coming out. I've got my hands on one because I've picked up my bits and pieces from Emma, who kindly picked up all my bits for me. And I've got my little goodies. Not sure what I'm going to be doing with that. It's a bit of a, I don't know. It's very clever. It's not me, but it's very clever. But I will try and use it. And these giant ones, quite big actually, massive. And that is a $1 million seller, Barb Brimhall. Oh, not heard of her. I'll have to look her up. Oh, my chair keeps dropping down. I have to go all the way down for it to come all the way back up. And then it's not one of those cheap and cheerful, get what you pay for either. Quite an expensive chair. Anyway, I've got some people on. I'm no longer talking to myself. Let's put the chat on. Hello, Emma. Just talking about you. You picked up all my bits for me. You're so lovely to me. Let's put them over there. I'm going to have a mashup tonight. I'm going to use something from, I don't even think it is from the annual catalogue actually. I'm going to use the Cheers and Sips again. But I'm going to use it with Delightful Wishes. So we're going to have a little bit of a mashup. But before we go on to that, just quickly want to show you, I finished off those cards from last week. So do you remember we did that? Let's have a look where I went with them. I just kept them simple, to be fair. I'll pop that over there. So this is the one I finished with you. Move that out of the way. And then, yes, we got to have lovely cakes and stuff. Very good at the beginning and not so good at the end of lunch. You know me so well. And then I did another one. I didn't put linen thread in it this time. And then I just layered up with a border around this one. This one I didn't do a border, I just kept it as is. And then this one, I needed a sympathy card and I thought it was lovely for sympathy, and that again's got a tiny border at the bottom. I don't know what happened there, but those were the four that I came up with. One, two, three, four. So if you go back on the replay, it's on my Facebook page and also on YouTube under Kim Fee Simply Fairies, and you'll see it's quite a long video, I'm afraid to say, but I showed you a couple of techniques that you could do, and one technique that I don't recommend you do, I was just doing it because I was having a little try. but I don't recommend that you do it. But you'll have to go and watch it. Go and watch it and see what you think for yourself. Anyway, let's get on with crafting. Move that out of the way. Ah! Oh well. It didn't even go where I put it. Trying to move things out the way. My sewing kit's gone flying. It's just a little space. Hi Chris, how are you? It's all about balance. Emma says it's all about balance. Was you in my little crafty area just now? The balance went. I know you was talking about food, but the balancing act that I've just done here. Right. I'm going to start because you know I do like my white, and I'm really sorry. I'm going to try and use other colours, but the design of the paper really dictates what kind of card blanks I have. So I'm just going to take this A4 sheet of cardstock. I'm going to move my latte out the way. I found that, if Elaine's on, I found that strawberry stuck under something. Anyway, got a little bit of a sticky fixer on the card. I'm going to take it in and I'm going to go halfway on the A4, so 15.8 and a half, 14.8 and a half. And then I'm going to take it around and cut at 10 and a half because we're just going to be making a basic card blank. But this time I'm going to be using it the other way. I always do 2 card blanks at a time because you can always pop one aside and then you've got like a little go-to pile. Just going to sharpen that edge. And let's have a look. I need some ordinary white. I'm going to, I want an 8 by 12. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this. That's another balancing act gone. I've got Bridget sorting me out next week. I try my best to clear things. She'll tell me off. Right, so I'm going to make an 8 by 12, 8 centimeters by 12 centimeters panel. But what I'm going to do is I like to, when I do this, make a few. So I'm just going to take it in on the shortest edge at 12, and I'm going to turn it around, and I'm going to cut at 8 centimeters 3 times. So let's bring this down a little bit so you can see. So I've got lots of little layers. Normally I would take the other piece and go 8 centimeters, turn it around and do 12 and 12, but I'm going to use that for stamping. So I'm just going to keep one of those 8 by 12s and pop the other ones in the little tray there. And then I'm going to I don't know what these papers are called, but they come with the Delightful Wishes, which is what we're going to be mashing up with the Cheers and Sips. And I'm going to make that as well 8 by 12, because I'm just going to layer it straight onto that's the other side. I'm tending to, you could cut those flowers out, but I like the gingham side, so I've been using it for that. And that's my cutting done for now. I'm going to try and put that there so it don't fall over. There you go. I'm just going to pop this straight on there because I don't want to lose it. That's quite pretty that side, isn't it? Let's have a look. So Emma, when I came on, I forgot that we'd scheduled it, and I never had no sound again. So I've just pulled all the wires out and popped them all back on again. Okay, so that's those two done for now. I want to kind of casing myself, but I can't actually show you the card because it's for something else. I'm going to change it up a little bit. So I'm going to be, I like the big words. And I want to use that and that. I should have cut these out beforehand, but never mind. Pop those in there. Going to use that there, and I wanted to use the new colours. I'm not sure it actually goes with the no, it doesn't go with it, so I'm not using it. So I've got to look for some Daffodil Delight. Found some here. What we can do is we can pretend that it's that nice new colour. Is that Daffodil Delight? Yeah. We can pretend that it's the Darling Duckling. Is it Darling Duckling? Something like that, anyway. I don't want too much. Just want a sliver. A sliver. Let's pop that into there. And I want to pop that onto there. So we're going to have like a wishing. Lots of wishing going on because it's for a birthday card. Hello, Myrtle. How are you? Oh, hello, Bridget. How are things? I was talking about you earlier. Right, I'm just going to take this over. Really, I should have. Should I or should I not use transfer sheets, do you think? Oh no, I'm just going to. I've got some transfer sheets here. I've got some old ones, but because you know they do go unsticky. And I don't know where my new ones are. That's my masking. I'm just going to go with it. I'm just going to glue. I don't mind gluing the little diddly bits. And I'm going to pop them in together into my Stampin' Cup. Oh, I found them. adhesive sheets. Oh, let's use them. Let's go wild in the aisles, folks. And I use them for my... See, I haven't used these ones. Let's go wild in the aisles. Oh, you've not much internet. Oh, I was moaning about ours today. I have to get rid of it. I'm going to go community fibre, I think. I'm fed up with Sky and their big prices. Now, see, this is what happens when you haven't got things in iShot and you've got them behind little closed doors or in drawers. You forget that you've got them. So I'll have to find a space in front of me to look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Why have they got it in 3 bits? I've just took a bit off, look. With my thumb. With my thumb. With my thumb. Probably put them on the wrong way. I think I possibly have. Oh, never mind. Never mind, never mind. It's all stuck to my fingers and my thumb. I should read the instructions, really, shouldn't I? There we go. Oh. Christine says, I wondered what you were doing at the beginning of the video. I thought you was just looking for white cardstock. Oh. Nah. I was just looking bits and pieces up. That's it. There we go. And let's see if I've done this correct. Oh, thankfully those little dots have stayed in those little holes. I'll get my little pincers out. That one out. So by getting that big one out, that's actually taken away that, so I don't have to faff about with that. Oh, I nearly chucked that away then, but can you see? Is that, I wonder, oh no, that's not an eye. Let's have a look, let's have a look. Oh, thank God for that. It's still in there, but it's still got its little bits on. Oh, they come off pretty well. God, this stuff's sticky. It's really sticky. Get off. Get off. I'd need to take one of those rubbers. I'm gonna, let me pop it on there. You might be able to see what I'm doing then. And go on there. To move that along there, just so I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to place this back over to there. So that helps me kind of get things in the right place. Then I'm going to poke at all the bits from the holes, poke them quite hard. Might be just a bit skew-whiff, but we can deal with that. That won't, then in that case, it won't stretch the word that you've just cut. Oh, nearly perfecto. So you just want to tease that down a little bit and just lift it off. But the main bit is there. Just be careful teasing it off because you don't want to stretch it too much. You don't want to stretch the word. Perfect. Perfect. Now I'm going to pop that to one side. I will pop them back into the little packet. Because I've been losing things today, putting them in places where they shouldn't really be going. I want to do a happy birthday. I want to do that in not garden green, old olive. Olive. Hi Lisa, how are you? My old olive, it needs re-inking. Now, I know this is photopolymer, but I don't care that it's gone that colour because I can now see what I'm doing. I want to make sure that it's not gone wonky. Let's go on the side here. Yeah. So I'm going to have to go from the top all the way down just to really properly ink, because I do a lot of ink blending. Trying to make sure I'm on camera because I think I've done the camera a bit wrong. One, two, three. That will have to do. And we got to worry about if we've stamped it wonky, because we have a die in the same set that goes right the way over, but I do suggest you do put some sticky tape over it because it will move no matter how. No matter how you do it, just in case your plates are warped or anything. That's it. So I've got all my main little bits there now. Let's put this back in there, and then I'm going to be wanting to start stamping some bits from the cheers and sips now. So that's going to go to one side. And I'm going to want, this time I'm going to want the little lemon. And then this one here. Just be careful as you get that off, because that too can go a little wobbly. I don't know that I think I need anything else. Do I need anything else? I quite like the ice cubes, but no, I'm going to leave that for now, and we might come back to it. And we got now this one here. I just want to drop it where it lands, and then pick it up, and then you more or less guarantee that you've got it in the right way. I'm just going to prime them this time. So I'm just going to put my finger over there very gently on this one. I'm going to put my Versamark over both of them. Then I'm going to stamp them off onto my scratch paper. So that will take off any residue from the manufacturing, because it's sticky, clear. And then I'm going to ink up. I'm going to do 2, maybe 3, just in case I want them. Then they're already done then, aren't they? And I can see that I didn't ink that up properly there. Oh. I feel like I want a bit of foliage, but I'm going to resist at the minute. So I do keep looking at the old lettuce leaves, carrot top leaves, but I know they're not, are they? So keeping in with the theme, I'm going to get the old Daffodil Delight. I'm going to be naughty. I'm going to be, if I've got it here. No. When So Saffron went, I bought a load of So Saffron pens, because I'm sure you must have some yourself. I'm just going to go around. I suppose you could have lemon and limes, couldn't you? Really? I might do one. In lemon and lime. Granny apple and soft sea foam. So the soft sea foam, I'm just doing circular, because that's just the way I roll. And this is Granny Apple Green. Look what I've done to the tip. Cut that away. I do this to mine. That's my mad one. I must chuck that away. I keep putting it to one side to chuck away, and then I don't chuck it away. Let's have a look. Granny Apple Green up here. So I'm just going to take the light, and I took the bullet tip bit, because normally I do use the tip, don't I? So then I'm just going to use my light brush. I'm leaving lots of white there. Hi Janet, how are you? Let me wipe that off there, just in case I go to cut something and then I will regret. What do I do with my things? That's it. Pop that under there. Let's have a look. Light Daffodil Delight. Mine all look like chimney sweep brushes. So you can barely see the So Saffron, but it just gives me a nice colour layer. Dark Daffodil Delight. And just wibbly wobbly about, because I don't want to make it solid. Then I can take my So Saffron. So that's quite juicy wet, that one. And, there we go. Okay. So I suppose it'd be like a cloudy lemonade, just in case your friend doesn't drink. We can make a cloudy lemonade. And just cut that down because that's too far up that way. Get that over there. So I'm just laying down my So Saffron, because folks, we do want to use up what we have in our stash, otherwise what's the point in buying it? So I'm just doing my normal squiggly-ness. Daffodil Delight. I need to get one that I haven't hacked to pieces. That's it. And you can see I'm just doing squiggly lines. Trimming off my brushes again. That one's really juicy. And then come in with this again. Just moving it around. That was a dark melody. Mango Melody. Let's have a look. Daffodil Delight. I miss that colour. Mango Melody. Although, just doing it on here doesn't look dissimilar to this. Move that out of the way so that I've got the right colours. Light Daffodil Delight now. Going over. I'm really just doing this. So you don't have to be all layery layer, because you can get a different way, like a different, or what do you call it, my brain's gone, a different texture and a different look, to be honest with you, but it works for me. And I like to do things that most people can do and feel comfortable with. So I wouldn't show you things I didn't think any of you could do. And just go back and forth and do layers. Don't do too much at one time. Because you can always add, but you can't take away. Even if you did use a colour lifter pen, sometimes it distorts the colour. I'm going to use on the green. Let's see how we get going with the green. Just to lift some of that up. So this is just a colour lifter, just to lighten bits. No, I'm quite happy with that. There we go. Hi, Carol. I've just seen you popped on. Now, we do have dies for these, but I'm thinking to myself, really, do I need to use them? Oh, I suppose I might have to, because those lemons and limes are not actually super round. They've got like a funny shape to them. So that was just as well I got them out. Let's have a look. Sometimes it's nice because you get a nice even border when you're doing your dies. And sometimes it's just as quick to fussy cut around. So let's see how that comes out. How thick of a border that would have. I'm just taking it over to my die cut machine. And if you've just joined me, or you missed the beginning of the live, I'll show you the finished articles from last week's live, because I only finished one card with you, didn't I? So I finished the rest of them the other day. It's got a nice border around it, so I'm going to take the time to. Sometimes you can't see through this, even though it is sort of like opaque. So twisting it around, because it's not a true circle. I wouldn't have minded if these glasses was just a tad smaller. So thank you for your patience. Let's do the green one. That's that. Just slightly twist out. Oh, you're not late to the party, Carol. We don't mind. I'm always late to the party. You ask everyone. Oh, thank you. Carol says she loves my way of colouring because it's simple, isn't it? I can't be. I'd love to do all this Copic colouring courses and things. At one time, I was really into that, and I've got quite a lot of them. And I was so into it that I used to find out what colours actually match the Stampin' Up colours, and when we didn't have our own blends, but I just do a squiggle here, a squiggle there. Nice quick card. Sometimes nice quick card. I don't have the time to do all those nice little different brush strokes. Sometimes I use the pencils just to shade in if I've got the time. Sometimes we just want to have a little fun, not get too serious with our colouring. And sometimes we want to make it look like it is a little bit handmade, just like our cakes. I don't see the point in making cakes that look like the shop bought ones. You might as well have shop bought them. When they're a little bit wonky, people know you've taken the time to make something nice and special for them, and you thought about them when you're making something. So that's our drinks. Just going to rub those because they've got the tape, sticky tape on them. See, that looks like the water or the fizzy pop has just been poured in and it's all mixing and mingling. Okay, so we've got the little bits there. We've got these bits here that we've prepared. I just want to that way pop some dimensionals on there. Apologies if I'm talking a little bit funny with a lispy bit, but I've got another ulcer on my tongue again and I can't seem to get rid of them at the moment. Oh, I'm getting all hot and bothered now with these lights. peel off these. They get everywhere. Okay, and I'm just going to stand up for this little bit. Pop that down on there. And then I'm going to take another bit of the, I don't know what it's called. Floral Delight paper. It's the one with a nice hessian-y bit. I'm going to tear a little bit towards me. There's a look. Just so you've got a little bit of white there. Like that. I want that to go on there, but I do want it to be popping up a bit. So I'm going to use some little doobies. Yeah, that don't matter, does it? All the bits that you've cut off from way back when. Chop them in half. It's not that I'm being mean, it's just that I don't want them showing. And of course, they will go a bit further. Because let's face it, these are a boring product to buy when you've got the catalogue out and you just want to go for all the nice pretty stuff and you forget that you need all the boring stuff, because the boring stuff is necessary, and I find these boring. The boring spend. You go, oh, really? Do I really have to buy them? Yes, you do, because you need them. I know I could have the strips, but the strips are a little bit taller. And I don't want them to pop out too much. Okay. I want a bit there. So if I do, I'm not going to take all of them off for now, because I want to tuck some bits underneath. So if I take the bottom bits off, I know they're going to go onto the green. That's it. Okay. I just want to pop them there. Just gently lay that because I don't want it to show at the minute. I'm just going to pop some I should have used my silicone sheet and used a tape runner, but never mind. I'm just popping some large glue dots because I want to add some of oh, thanks for the hearts. Pop them there. So that's kind of, that's it there. Oh, I've got a spare bow. That was good. I could use that. Make sure I'm not missing anybody's comments. That's it. That's it. Oh, something else dropped on the floor. Just pop some dimensionals. I still call them sticky fixers. That's it. Now this is when you want to take off those other little bits, but you don't have to, because it's still going to stay in place. It doesn't matter. Okay. Wishing. And then we're going to pop that over there. So if you just line it up where you want it to go, I'm going to pop the little ones on there actually. Then you'll know roughly where you'll want your dimensionals. We don't want none on that one because that's already standing tall, standing proud, but we want one there, but we don't want one here. Okay, so you just take those off. And then you can see where you've put that, just lay that across there. That's that. And then we're going to bring these in. So what I want to do is make these a bit curved, like they're proper glass kind of thing. So just take your bone folder and just use your thumb, and the heat of your thumb will curvy it round a little bit. So this is a little bit too big. I don't know if it would have gone all right underneath there kind of thing. So like lift that up. I'm just going to test something. Lift that up and then that goes there. Yeah, I think that works. Oh, right, hold on. That didn't quite go in the right place. You're hiding half your colouring. You know when you really want to hide your colouring. So we tore that a little bit, but you can't really see it, but never mind. That'll have to go there. They are a little bit too big, but I did want to because you can't let your friend drink on their own. That's it. want to cut that. So it kind of then get in there. That's it. Yeah. Pop one there. And then stick that over there. That one can actually go there, I think, rather than on there, because that'll pop over there. No, that can go there. I like that there. So you can faff about your placement. Hey, those can be for another time. Then there's a little flower in here, not in that one, in the Delightful Wishes, this one here. So I'm just going to cut, I'll cut maybe 3. I'll cut 3 white ones. And what I shall do, to save time, I shall cut them all together, because it's not intricate or anything like that. It's just one flat die. Hopefully I can cut them all at once, because there's only one of those dies. And if you put it through a couple of times, turn it upside down, and by turning it upside down, it seems to cut it a little bit better. That's not worked out quite well, actually. No. It moved. They all moved. They've come out all... I should have just done it as is and stopped faffing about. I should have taped it down, and I didn't. So I've got to do them again, folks. Sorry. And there's me thinking I should be saving time, and I've actually made more time for myself. It is a bit of a faff. They get stuck. I do want 3. I don't know what's happening in here. I think we've got a little ghost going around pushing things off the sides. Let me put that back in there so I don't put it in the wrong place. That's it. Now, I just want to screw them up. Oh, thank you, Carol. Carol says it looks good. Hello, Karen. I didn't see you popping on there. Sorry. You love it. No, sorry, needed. You love it. We did see me craft. Look what I've done to it. Look. So that's how it's supposed to look. Yeah. I'll put it on the green bit, right? And because I put them together and I didn't tape them down, they come out looking like that. Look at that. Oh God, I have these bright ideas, and it's best to test your bright ideas out first, isn't it? Oh God, I suppose you could do a little something going in the middle, but no, it looks a bit mad. It looks a bit mad. Oh, right. I'm going to pop them on with a little glue dot. And because glue dots, they kind of they're not interactive, but they're not rigid, if you get my drift. You can move them about when people like to touchy-feely the cards and all the different textures, and the glue dots, they like move around, they sort of like move aroundy. Let's have a look. Might be just a bit too much on there, but you know, it's a frilly birthday. Cocktails on the beach. I like the way I've coloured that. I'm like, oh, I'm colouring it. I'm covering it over again. Why am I covering it over again? Oh, let's put it there. That's it. I want you could have something nice and glittery, but what I'm going to do is use these party dots. I keep using these party dots. I quite like them. And I know they're not quite the same colour, but they go. They do go with that. No, that's too small. That's too small. Because daisies, they go with gingham, don't they? Daisies go with gingham. And you know what I think would look nice? Is the little bees. Because always when you've got a drink sitting on the beach, a little bee comes along and wants to sit on your fruit, your citrus fruit, doesn't it? So let's put a little bee. You've got to put a little bee on. Batting away the bees. But where do we put him? Where do we put the bee? I don't want more than one bee. So I'll ask you really to be or not to be? That is the question. So if I should plop a little bee down somewhere, put some hearts, and if I should not plop the little bee down, give us a thumbs up. That's showing the wrong way, isn't it, really? To be or not to be? So to be is hearts, not to be is thumbs. And Lisa likes the old bee. You're like me, aren't you? I'm going to pop him there. Where's your love popper? Because I want to pop it there, but I kind of want him. She's going to go there. This is where I'm going to put her on a glue dot because I don't want her to drop off. To be Lisa. To be or not to be? That is the question. Covering up our colouring again, but we can't help it, can we? That's it. There we go. We've made a card, folks, in an hour. Yay! Yay! Yes, they're in the drink. Yeah, they always tend to drop in my drinks. What do you think? I quite like that. Do you? So now, folks, right? Because I thought, no, I'm just going to be an hour today. I'm going to be an hour, but I'm just looking at the time and I'm thinking, you know, maybe we could make a quick one with those leftovers. Really, sort of like, look, I've got leftover bits. Shall I make another card? If you'd like another card, give us some hearts, please. It'll only be a little quick one. Very fresh, yes, very fresh. Refreshing lemonades, Emma. Refreshing lemonades. Oh, Carol loves it. Thank you. So if you want me to make another card, be a quick one. The arts are going bonkers. Let's pop that to one side then, and we'll get on with it. Let's my chat. See? So me saying whenever I make a card blank, I just always cut two out the one bit, because now we haven't got to cut that out, have we? And then let's bring in one of our layers, because we've already done a layer, so that's making it quick. We've got some of these papers. I'm wondering if let's have a look. Yeah, let's do that. Hold on. Yeah, let's do that. So I want to do that at 14.3 and 10. 14.3 centimeters and 10. I've really got to get myself organized so that I can do the letter sizes. I did buy that Kylie thing where it's got all the sizes, but I'm losing my voice now, see. Well, that's ever since I got that horrible wretched flu last year. But oh, thank you, Carol. Carol says she loves it. Let's do some tearing. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. Yes. Where's it? Have I got any of that two-tone paper? If I haven't, I'm not going to make a meal of it. But I was sure I had the green, like not granny apple green, but either one of the greens. Granny apple green. Oh, would you believe it? It's only like the mossy meadowy one. Would you add them and leave it? Let's have a quick mooch in here. Ah, no, I'm not going to go there with it then. Oh, more loud noise. Tearing a little bit because this is white core as well. If we do it that way again, and then lay our little bits on here. He wants a little bit of a background, I think. I'll tell you what I do. Do you remember we did this last week with that little bit? So I'm going to do the same. With this one from the Delightful Wishes. I'm going to do it in the green, actually. And press it down. Because don't forget now, my green is not that dark. Needs re-inking. So I should get a nice light background. Yep. Perfect. Be careful when you're using tweezers. Now, because it's dropped on that, I'm just going to do it that way. That's it. And then I'm going to pop that there, over there. So you can make patterns of it. You haven't got to cut them out. Look at them. Nice pattern. Can you see that? Hopefully you can. Can you see that bit of pattern? When I take a photograph, you should be able to see more. And then we can pop that bit. Only need a little bit. Tear a little bit there. we can do what we did before. Make a bow with a pretty ribbon. And then, oh, thank you, Lisa. I like to sort of go out the box sometimes. Like this time, I'm going to take my ribbon to the glue dot. That's it. And then we can pop it on like that. So we're kind of casing ourselves. We're kind of doing the same kind of layout. And we want to bring this up a bit. Move that out of the way. I don't know if I'm getting on that one. So we're going to take our dimensionals again. This time I haven't done the linen thread. We cut in between there. Yeah. Let's do that. Curly-whirly that round. Just be strategic where you put your dimensionals. We've got it at an angle there. Make sure we've got our card round the right way. I might want some flowers actually. Happy birthday to you. So I just want to ink up. Don't want wishing. Just want happy birthday. I think I'll put them. That's it. Just get rid of that. And I'll mask off U and A. And we'll use the same green again. I kind of feel something is amiss on the background, so I've just had a little idea. Where did that white card go? Oh. I did have spare white, didn't I? I didn't use all of it. So I had quite a bit left over. Oh. Oh, you want to take that off? Don't want all that on there. So you just want the happy birthday. Throw that in the bin because you don't want to get your fingers on that. And while I'm going to be putting that in there, I can cut one of those flowers again, can't I? Put that there. It's got stuck right at the bottom. That's it. Take it this side. You don't have to have those little doobie bits at the end because you can cut them off. I'm just going to take it over to my machine and cut it. Squash that up like we did before. Pop that out of there. I'll pop that back in there. I don't want it going in the wrong packet. Don't want it going in the wrong packet. Yes, that can go there. So I just want one little tiddly doobie. Oh, that's gone in my coffee. And then I'm going to just pop some wet glue there. Just come out a little bit so that bit there can go across there. There's some little mini glue dots. I'm trying to make sure that I don't go too far over the hour, because then people won't watch me. Right, let's see. I know I said to you about that there. I'm just going to pop and give it a faux watercolour effect with my blender pen. So let's bring this bit of thing back in there, look. So if you take it off so it's very light. And just go over those petals. Very lightly. Just adds that, see that's very dark there, so make sure you do go very lightly. Take it off there. You can always sort of just do a little dab, and then once you've got hardly anything on it, you can come back over and do that. And then you get rid of that colour. Oh, that's gone a bit skewy. A bit skewy. I kind of think I want that might go green. It's not, there's nothing coming out of it now, so that will be fine. Oh, thank you, Carol. Carol says, what a great idea. Let's get a light Daffodil Delight. Let's just see how it goes in the little centres, little round dots. I've missed a petal there, so just the centres of the flowers, and then we can come back with our green, but you know you have to put some more green on because I missed one just there. That's it, it's quite nice now. They look like little bits of in the middle of the limes, the lemons and limes. Let me wipe this off. I don't want to get any green ink on anything. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit of sparkle on that. Didn't do any sparkle on this one either, did we? Let's do a little bit of sparkly on that, especially on the drinks. And then we've got to have a bee. What do you reckon? What do you think, Lisa? Should we put another bee on there? I'll have none left at the end of it. You can see I've liked the bees. Okay, get this little fella. Pop him on there. Oh, hello, Ruth. I didn't see you there. How are you? Ah, oh, thank you, Ruth. Yes, he's got to be on the drink, hasn't he? That's it. And then back with our kind of think there's nothing down in the corner, but sometimes less is more, I think. Let me stand up for this. I don't know. I kind of think it's missing something here. No. 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 Maybe it's not. I'll have to have a think about that. That one. What a mess I've made. Let's pop all these bits away, and then we can get rid of. Truly need to hire a cleaner to put all your crafty bits away after a crafting session. I'm lazy enough. Oh God, I hate the clear up. I do. I hate the clear up. If only we could just go scoop, scoop. All gone. Okay. There we go. There's our main card. And there's our quick card. Oh, I haven't left enough room, have I, on the screen? Let's see if I can pop him back up a little bit. That's it. There we go. Some cloudy lemonade for you. What do you reckon? I still think there needs a little bit something there. I don't know what, but maybe I should have done, I don't know. Should have I done like a texture bit there? Then that wouldn't have looked, I don't know. I feel like there's something missing there. But we'll get there. I might add to it a little bit more. Anyway, thank you very much for staying with me. So what I'm going to do, just an hour has turned into an hour and a half. But never mind, we made some nice cards, didn't we? So I hope that's inspired you and that you're ready to put that Cheers and Sips in your basket. And you may or may not already have. So there's, oh, do you know what? We could have used those little words. I forgot about the little lovely words. Anyway, never mind. I thought those ones worked quite well. So we've used the Cheers and Sips and we've used the Delightful Wishes. So I hope I have inspired you all to break out your delightful wishes. Maybe you have another one of those lovely drinks sets, because we did have one in the past, didn't we? And you can give it a go. Lisa says she thinks it looks nice as it is. You're very kind, Lisa. Thank you. Anyway, I'm going to love you and leave you. Thank you very much for joining me on the Thursday evening. What is it, the 26th? I can't even remember what the day is. Anyway, take care, everybody. I'll see you next week. Bye.